Hello and welcome to another update video about ETH. Yeah, it's been a very exciting week actually. You all know that it was one of the busiest week we've had in crypto, in a long time. I think sort of since June, July, right? So it's been really busy. It's been really good. Interest is coming back into the crypto markets. I think total market cap hasn't broken out yet, but hopefully. We had a key pivotal point. So if more and more money is coming into the crypto market, we will also get a breakout done in total market cap, which is really good. And we are starting green into the weekend, which is very helpful as well, because the last few weekends, with the exception of last week's, the last few weekends were really boring. Now, the fact that we see today a little bit of green in the market is really helpful. It shows that the dynamics in the market are changing, the context seems to be changing. We haven't had that, I think, even when we had sort of the fake outs in March, I think it was, where we had some altcoin rallies and they didn't materialize as impulsive. But even then, I think on Saturdays, the market was still consolidating, still boring. But now we start to see altcoins move and it feels different to what it was before. I mean, it can still all break. I have to point that out, all the time. It can still break. ETH hasn't even broken out of this corrective price channel that you see here on the daily time frame. So we're still very early. It's still very fragile. Most coins have not completed a 5-wave move to the upside of the recent lows, the September, August, or October lows. So there is much more work to do to really give us some evidence, some solid evidence that the market is bottomed. But as already indicated a couple of weeks ago, it was on the 21st, I made that statement. We focused generally across the market on higher prices. That's a very general statement, but we have to assume that on at least most coins that we cover, the lows are in, and that's how we treat them in the analysis. Treat them as if the lows are in, or at least somewhat substantial lows are in, and then when support levels break, we have to readjust. But for me, it's more like, it's a little bit like in the gold market, where I'm also rather bullish if I see signals that it could be bullish than bearish, and rather get stopped out or be wrong and reset lower than be too bearish, and then the things are moving. Because if crypto moves, it moves quickly, and when you cannot adjust when the signals are coming, that's we want to adjust as quickly as possible. That's why we're analyzing the market, okay? Even if we haven't got solid 5 waves up, but when we see things and signals that the dynamics are changing, we want to be focused on the trend, which is up on various time frames now. Not here on the daily yet. Well, you could say on the daily it is up here. Yeah. Even multi-hour trend is up, but it hasn't just made a new high yet. That's the next task for Ether to do. We are still in this descending price channel, so you could argue that trend is still down. However, the multi-hour trend is up, as you can see here. Yeah, this is up, so we want to focus on that, and it needs to complete this wave 1, then get a wave 2 pullback. But that wave 1 is not done yet. We are only in a wave 3 within this wave 1. So a wave 1 is a 5-wave move, so there's still a little bit of work to do to give us further evidence. That's what we're going to focus on the shorter time frames, but I wanted to make you aware of this descending price channel. The upper boundary line is at around $1,900, so a break above it would have bullish implications, could send the price quickly to 2,150 and maybe higher. Now let's take a look at the shorter time frame count. Here, nothing has changed since yesterday, but I wanted to give you a bit of an overview about the overall context first. So here you can see that we are still basically in wave 3 of that wave 1 that I showed you here. Okay, so again, a wave 1 has 5 waves. So within the lower time frame, we're really only currently in wave 4 of 3 of that wave 1. So there should be another wave 4 coming, and then a wave 5. So at the moment for me, it's all about, okay, is this still wave 3? And we are just in wave 4 of 3, or are we already in the main wave 4? That's not very evident at this stage. So we have to keep the door open for both scenarios. It's basically the same wave, same scenario, just 2 different ways of understanding the subwave structure. Support remains at 1750 here. This is really key. 1750 remains critical support. That's the 38.2 retracement level, and we bounced off that level again. Yesterday I mentioned I would prefer one more low, and then we can see if the low is in. At the moment, it's not convincing enough yet. I also mentioned that to really start talking about a lowest in here, we need to see at the very least a break above 1811, but that's really on a very, very micro level, not reliable. But obviously it needs to take out then the wave 3 high and what I have labeled here as X wave high at 1866 and could then reach $1,900 plus. First of all, we will have to deal with the test of that trend line at 1900 that I showed you on the larger time frame chart. Yeah, that's my update about Ether. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.